Victoria's attraction to John grows to almost obsession. However, a mistake Victoria made drawing John as first operation puts John's life in danger. Victoria corrected her mistake, allowing feeling to finally return to John's legs. Over the next several months, John goes through physical therapy and regains strength and mobility in his legs. Deciding to tell Victoria how we feel, he waits for several hours. The Victoria does not come. The heavy heart John leaves the hospital, never expecting to see Victoria again.
I hear your name whispered on the wind. It's a sound, it makes me cry. I hear a song blow again and again through my mind, and I don't know why. I wish I didn't feel so strong about you, like happiness and love and all around you. Trying to catch your heart is like trying to catch a star. So many people love, baby. That must be what you are. Waiting for a star to fall and carry your heart into my arms. That's where you belong, in my arms, baby, yeah. Waiting for a star to fall and carry your heart into my arms. That's where you belong, in my arms, baby, yeah.
This is it. My life back to normal. He rises, a deep breath fueling his courage, phone in hand. He rings WM horse boxes. Weeks after John's discharge, Victoria sits across from Lisa in the bustling hospital cafeteria, the steam from her untouched soup rising around her. Victoria's eyes are shadowed with worry. Lisa watches Victoria, brow furrowed with concern. Amidst the hospital's frenetic activity, Lisa guides Vic to a secluded spot, her expression a mask of concern. Under the harsh fluorescent lights, Lisa confronts Vic, her voice laced with worry.
Hey, Vic. Something's bothering you. You seem to be carrying the world on your shoulders lately.
Victoria shifts uncomfortably, his gaze averted, as the weight of unspoken burdens bears down on her. Under the stark fluorescent lights of the break room, Victoria sits across from Lisa, her eyes reflecting a pool of unshed tears.
Do you remember the patient with the back injuries?
No, not really. I see so many patients, they all seem to blur together.
During his recovery, I started to fall for him. I tried to stop it, but I couldn't. I thought I knew what was important, but then he came along and showed me otherwise. You see, I've never been interested in men before. Then he came along. He's the one from the coffee shop, remember?
I remember you telling me about your date with the bloke from the coffee shop, but I can't actually remember him being here in the hospital. We do so many surgeries and look after so many patients. Sorry.
It's strange, my sister. She the one that cheated the boys? But this time it's me. I just wish I tell him how I felt. And now he's gone. And I don't think I'll see him again.
I understand. Victoria had not had much success with men myself. I usually pick jerks or deadbeats. You just can't know what you're getting yourself into. Maybe we're better off without them, or maybe...
Lisa leans in, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper.
You could break the hospital rules, looking into his files, find out where he lives, or even a telephone number. Then you could call him or even go around and see him.
Victoria stared back at Lisa, lost in thought as she considered her daring suggestion. A sly grin spreads across her face as she considered rekindling her connection with John. She bit her lip, thinking through the plan.
Oh, Lisa, you always know exactly what to say. But, you know what, Lisa? You're right. Maybe I'm just grasping at straws. If John was truly interested, he would have reached out by now. It's probably best to accept that it wasn't meant to be and move on. After all, there are plenty of other patients who need my care, who I won't fall in love with.
In the sterile, dimly lit hospital corridor, Victoria's footsteps echo softly. Each step, a determined march forward. Lisa returns to the accident and emergency department while Victoria passed patients' rooms, each a small world of suffering and hope. She halts at a large window, the city lights twinkling below like fallen stars. A fleeting sadness flickers in her eyes, then fades into acceptance. John sits motionless at his desk, his gaze lost in the blank computer screen. His fingers tap idly on the keyboard, his thoughts drifting back to the sterile halls of the hospital. The monotonous hum of fluorescent lights fills the air, a constant reminder of the office's sterile environment. John's mind wanders back to when he was in the hospital room, when he was laying in his bed, recovering from surgery. Dr. Temple, a beautiful and compassionate surgeon, checks on John. Her touch is gentle as she adjusts his IV. John's mind suddenly snaps back to reality when he notices his boss approaching him. John's boss approaches, a mask of concern tightening his features. He struggles to regain his composure as his boss asks, "John, what's wrong?"
John, what's wrong? You've been making errors left and right today.
John looks up, startled by his boss' sudden appearance.
Is there something on your mind?
I may have made the biggest mistake of my life while I was in the hospital. The doctor, the surgeon that worked on my back, was one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. She was showing affection to me beyond just the doctor-surgeon role, and I completely ignored it.
John's boss listens intently, his expression shifting to thoughtful consideration.
Ah, I see. It sounds like you had feelings for Dr. Temple, the surgeon who helped you during your recovery.
He pauses, choosing his words carefully. Sunlight streams into the quiet office as the boss regards John with a patient expression.
Did you ever consider expressing your feelings to her, John?
No. At the time, I was just concentrating on walking again. I think I missed my chance.
His boss nods, offering a gesture of understanding.
Yes. It's understandable that your primary focus was on your health and recovery. And perhaps the timing just wasn't right for you to express your feelings.
The boss pauses, his gaze thoughtful as he considers his next words.
However, it might be worth considering whether you still have feelings for this doctor. Have you thought about reaching out to her, or seeing if she might be interested in getting to know you better outside of a professional context?
You may be right, but I already think it's too late.
His boss' expression turns somber.
Yes. It's possible that the opportunity to express your feelings may have passed, but don't rule it out entirely, John. Life is full of twists and turns, and sometimes things come full circle. Keep an open mind, and you never know what might happen.
The boss says. The boss's expression hardens, a storm gathering behind his eyes.
Listen, John. I understand that you've been distracted lately.
He continues, his voice laced with warning.
However, I cannot afford to have my top performer struggling with focus and efficiency.
The boss pauses, choosing his words carefully.
If you can't get your priorities in order, I'll have to consider replacing you with someone who can meet the expectations of this position. You've got potential, John, but it's time for you to deliver.
John looks his boss in the eye, sincerity filling his gaze.
Okay, I promise I won't mess up again.
The boss scrutinizes John's face, searching for truth.
All right, John. I expect to see improvements starting immediately. You've got a second chance. Make the most of it.
The boss offers a final word of encouragement.
Remember, John, I believe in you. Now, go out there and show me what you're capable of.
With that last word from his boss, John heads out to the office, onto the manufacturing floor. In Victoria's opulent penthouse, city lights twinkling behind her, a storm brewing within. With resolve hardening her gaze, she approaches the telephone. In a whirlwind of anxiety and hope, she urgently dials a New York number. The phone rings, each tone amplifying the tension in the penthouse.
I've run into some problems here, and I need your help, Mandy.
She continues, her voice laced with desperation.
I need you to move to England for a couple of months.
She pleads into the phone.
I will set up everything for you here, including a job.
She listens, her brow furrowed with concern as the conversation unfolds. She hangs up the phone, a wave of relief and unease crossing her face. She turns, disappearing into the room, leaving unanswered questions hanging in the air. Bathed in sunlight, John sits at his desk, a fortress of files and papers surrounding him. His fingers fly across the keyboard, each keystroke a testament to his focused intensity. The neat and organized office mirrors the clarity that now fuels his every action. Later at home, John sits in his dimly lit apartment, the city skyline a distant backdrop to his solitude, his mind going back to Victoria, and in his mind's eye he sees what could have been. He comes out of his fantasies and back into the real world. Melancholy washes over his face as he remembers the past, gratitude and longing intertwining in his eyes. In the dim solitude of his apartment, John sits alone, enveloped in a somber silence. The quiet of the night is shattered by a sudden knock at the door. John turns the doorknob, ready to face whatever lies beyond. The door swings open, revealing his landlord. The landlord, etched with weariness, shifts his weight. The landlord speaks with a heavy heart. I need to inform you that the property has been sold. He delivers the crushing blow. Your lease will expire in 2 weeks. You'll need to vacate the premises by then.
How am I supposed to find somewhere to live in just 2 weeks?
I'm sorry, John. I tried to get him to change his mind, but the new owners have somebody they want to put in your lease finishes. There's nothing more I can do. John watches his old landlord leave. Victoria and Lisa stand side by side, their scrubs a stark reminder of the tense hospital environment. Victoria notices the worry etched on Lisa's face, a silent acknowledgement of the pressures they both endure. The sparsely furnished break room amplifies the underlying stress of their demanding profession. Victoria watches Lisa, sensing her distress. Lisa's face is etched with worry, her hands restless in her lap.
What's wrong with you? You look like something's wrong.
Lisa reveals her turmoil. It's my mortgage.
It's my mortgage. It's just gone through the roof, and I can no longer afford it.
Victoria pauses, her brow furrowing as she contemplates the situation. She speaks, a suggestion forming on her.
You have a spare room, don't you? Why don't you rent it out?
Lisa looks at Victoria, a smile slowly spreading across her face.
What will I do without you? You always seem to have a solution for everything.
Not always, Lisa. If only it would be that simple.
Victoria's thoughts drift back to John, and the mistakes she made there. Victoria and Lisa leave the break room, ready to face the challenges of their hospital shift. Side by side, they move through the hospital, their camaraderie a silent promise of mutual support. The sounds of the hospital, urgent beeps and hurried footsteps, amplify the weight of their responsibilities. John arrives at the office, greeted by the familiar symphony of ringing phones and clicking keyboards. He exchanges greetings with his colleagues, their voices blending into the office's constant hum. The atmosphere is normal, routine. John enters his boss' grand office, anticipation hanging in the air. Mr. Thompson gestures, offering John a seat, a silent invitation to the conversation ahead. Mr. Thompson reveal, John, we've recently bought a warehouse in the Bay Area in New York. I want you to start a new branch of the company in America. John is visibly taken aback by the offer, his eyes widening in surprise. He listens intently as Mr. Thompson elaborates on the details. His expression shifts from surprise to contemplation as he considers the implications. The weight of the decision is palpable, hanging heavy in the air. After a moment of reflection, John nods, determination hardening his gaze. He understands the magnitude of the task, steeling himself for the challenges ahead.
I know this is a big opportunity and would be a fool to say no,
John declares, his voice firm. You've got your man. John is leaving his boss's office when he spots a table full of newspapers. An advertisement in one corner of the newspaper catches his eye. He picks up the newspaper and read the advertisement. It is for a room to rent. He thinks to himself at dinner time he will ring the number and make an arrangement to see the room. John walks away from the coffee shop, lost in thought as the city sounds fade around him. The city's distant traffic and snippets of conversations fill the air, unheard. Victoria steps out of her car, her gaze drawn to John as he walks away. Victoria is about to shout after him. Her expression shifts, a wave of sadness washing over Victoria as she watches him disappear into the crowd. 1 minute he was there, the next he's gone. A heavy sigh escapes her lips, lost in the city's clamor. She turns towards the hospital across the street, her movements measured and resolute. Amidst the chaos of his disheveled apartment, John packs his life into cardboard boxes. John emerges from the apartment building, burdened by a heavy suitcase, his eyes reflecting a profound sense of closure. He pauses, casting one last look at the place he once called home. With a resolute gesture, John hails a taxi, signaling the start of a new chapter. John stands in Lisa's doorway, taking in the woman standing in front of him.
I'm here about the room you have to rent. My name is John. I called you this afternoon.
John follows Lisa into her apartment living room. Lisa approaches John, her smile radiating warmth.
Hi, John. Nice to meet you. My name is Lisa. Welcome to my home. Please come on in. Let's take a look at the room.
John follows Lisa up the stairs, his presence filling the narrow space. Lisa subtly admires John as she ascends the stairway. Lisa calls out, "Oh, careful there. Don't trip on those stairs." Lisa guides John down a seemingly endless corridor, the anticipation building with each step. She unlocks a door at the corridor's end, inviting him into the unknown.
So, what do you think of the room? Is it something you'd be interested in renting?
A subtle smirk dances on Lisa's lips as she observes John's reaction. John surveys the room, his gaze sharp as he takes in every detail.
Yes, I think so. It's perfect. I definitely want the room.
Excellent. John, follow me down to the kitchen and we'll fill out the paperwork, and you can move in when you're ready.
In the kitchen, Lisa sits at the table, preparing the documents. Lisa presents the lease agreement.
Wonderful. I'm glad you like it. The lease will be £800 per month, utilities included. And there's a small yard out back you're free to use whenever you want. Just need you to sign this lease agreement.
John sits at the kitchen table, accepting the pen from Lisa. He signs the papers, sealing their agreement. Great, thank you. That's all taken care of then, Lisa says. Lisa hands over the keys, a symbol of new beginnings.
Harry's your new set of keys. Let me know if anything needs fixing around the place.
Lisa pauses, her gaze fixed intently on John. John looks at Lisa, noticing she is studying him too. Feeling a little exposed, John says, "Can I get my stuff and move in a couple of days? Until then, it's been nice meeting you, Lisa." Lisa smiles warmly.
Yes, please. You're more than welcome. I'm looking forward to having you around.
Lisa shows John the door.
It was great meeting you too, John.
After closing the door, Lisa leans against it, trying to calm her racing heart. High above the Atlantic, Mandy sits quietly by the window, a silent observer of the vast expanse below. Her face reflects a complex blend of determination and apprehension as she contemplates her journey from America to England. The soft hum of the plane fills the air, a constant reminder of her journey and what led her to this particular moment. Mandy in a previous life was a call girl who was viciously attacked by a client, left for dead. She ended up on Vanessa's operating table. Afterwards, Vanessa became a close friend and learned about Mandy's past. With her influence and power, she was able to get Mandy out of the business, and that's why she owes Vanessa everything. Mandy's eyes widen, her face alight with disbelief and profound gratitude. Mandy has worked for Vanessa ever since, doing whatever Vanessa wants of her, always completing whatever is asked. This is why, when asked to come to England to help Vanessa, she doesn't hesitate to get on the plane and leave her life behind. Lola, the air hostess, approaches Mandy, offering a warm, comforting smile.
We will be landing at Heathrow Airport in approximately 21 hours, ma'am. So please make yourself comfortable. It's a long flight.
Lola announces with practiced ease. Mandy nods in acknowledgement, settling back into her seat, a mix of anticipation and weariness in her eyes. She prepares for the long flight ahead, her apprehension growing with every mile. Lisa bursts into the restroom, her energy filling the sterile space. Victoria washes her hands, her movements slow and weary. Lisa can't contain her excitement.
Victoria, you won't believe what happened. I rented out my spare room.
Victoria dries her hands, a small smile gracing her lips.
Ah, congratulations. How exciting. Who's the lucky tenant?
Victoria asks, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. Lisa responds, excited to tell Victoria about her new tenant.
His name is John. Has recently been kicked out of his old apartment.
Victoria's smile softens as she looks at Lisa.
Ah, poor guy. What's he doing now?
Lisa responds.
I don't know. I've only just met him today.
Victoria presses, her eyes sparkling with curiosity.
Only just met him? Come on, Lisa. Spill the beans. What's got you so excited? You're lit up like a Christmas tree.
Lisa fidgets, struggling to voice the whirlwind of emotions stirring within.
I don't know. I got a funny feeling inside when I saw him, like he was seeing something in me that I didn't even know was there.
Victoria watches, a knowing smile gracing her lips, as she observes Lisa's inner turmoil. Victoria's amusement deepens as she teases.
Oh, Lisa, you're blushing. This John seems to have made an impression on you.
Lisa's face reflects a blend of sadness and understanding.
Maybe we can change the subject. After all, the man that you love walked out on your life before you could tell him you loved him. This must be painful for you.
Victoria stands alone in the sterile restroom, her eyes reflecting a deep sorrow as she sighs. Her voice trembles as she speaks.
Yes, it still hurts. But talking about you helps take my mind off things.
She composes herself, seeking solace in conversation.
Now, tell me about what you're going to do about this new roommate of yours.
Lisa smiles softly, her reflection shimmering in the sterile mirror. She inhales deeply, the scent of disinfectant filling her lungs as she whispers.
Nothing. You'll just get to know him a little better, and well, just see where things go. After all, I have only just met him.
Her voice softens with gratitude as she says. Lisa steels herself, donning a professional mask as she prepares to face the day's challenges.
All right, let's focus on work. Our first patient awaits,
She declares, her voice ringing with resolve. Together, the doctor and nurse step out into the bustling hospital corridor, ready to confront the demands of their shift. 2 days later, John arrives, suitcases in hand. John presses the bell and stands at the front door. Waiting, eventually the door opens to reveal the smiling form of Lisa.
Oh, hi again. Come on in. Let me show you to your room.
She says, her cheeks flushed with a delicate blush. John enters the spare room, burdened by the weight of his suitcases. The room echoes with the soft thud of belongings being unpacking fill the room. 30 minutes pass, and John nervously ventures back downstairs. Lisa attempts to appear nonchalant in the shared living room.
Come on in. Let me show you around the rest of the house.
She says, struggling to conceal her eagerness. Lisa gestures warmly, her smile inviting as she begins the tour.
Okay, well, let me give you a tour of the rest of the house. There's a big kitchen and dining area, and a cozy living room downstairs. Upstairs, from your bedroom, is my own room, and also a bathroom free to use. We share the bathroom at different times. I have.
Lisa hesitates, smiles casually, her eyes sparkling with genuine warmth. John follows Lisa around, absorbing every detail of the house. Lisa pauses, her gaze fixed on him, a silent question hanging in the air.
Yeah, about the bathroom, no worries there. Well, figure it out.
Lisa shifts the subject, her tone lightening. So, how's everything going? Settling in okay?
So, how's everything going? Settling in okay?
Sunlight fills the living room as John sits on the sofa, a tentative smile gracing his lips.
I've only been here a few hours, but yes, I think I'm gonna like it here.
Lisa beams at John, her eyes sparkling with joy as she responds.
That's great. I'm really glad to hear that. You know, John, I think it's wonderful having someone new around the house.
This pleasant woman seems to like having me around, he thinks to himself. I'm going to like this place. I certainly think I've fallen on my feet here. John sits down at the side of Lisa on the cozy sofa. John and Lisa both settle down for an evening of TV. Sunlight fills Lisa's apartment, dust motes suspended in golden rays. Lisa stands in her apartment, a haven of quiet amidst the day. She is watching John. John is focused and precise, assembles a small house model in the living room. The model takes shape, mirroring the sunlight streaming through the real windows. Lisa watches John, a silent observer, in her sun-drenched apartment. The apartment glows, a serene tableau of domesticity and quiet industry. The next morning, Lisa stands at the stove, a silhouette against the morning light. John stumbles into the kitchen, his eyes barely open.
Here, I made you some coffee.
Lisa turns, offering him a steaming mug of coffee. John shuffles forward, gratefully accepting the coffee. Thanks, Lisa, he mumbles, taking a tentative sip. The warmth of the coffee seems to slowly awaken him. You know, I could easily get used to this. Lisa and John stroll along the city street, bathed in the warm glow of the day. A subtle smile graces Lisa's lips as she steals a glance at John. John waves goodbye to Lisa as she heads off to work with a smile. He turns in the opposite direction and heads towards his work. Maybe my luck is changing, John thinks to himself, as he walks towards. After all, what better look can a man get into live with a beautiful woman who seems to have an interest in me? The exterior of Lisa's hospital ambulances arriving with their next lot of patients. Lisa expertly navigates the bustling hospital, a beacon of efficiency amidst the chaos. Despite the demands of her work, John's memory tugs at her thoughts, pulling her away from the present. Her gaze softens, revealing a deep distraction as her mind wanders back to John. She pauses, her focus momentarily lost, as John's image fills her thoughts. Bathed in the soft glow of the television, Lisa and John are sitting on the couch. Lisa subtly shifts closer, a silent invitation hanging in the air. Her shoulder inches closer, almost touching John's, a delicate tension filling the room. John, completely absorbed, remains unaware of Lisa's subtle advance, his eyes fixed on the screen. The flickering light dances across John's face, revealing nothing but rapt attention to the story unfolding before him on the TV, oblivious to the woman at the side of him. Lisa's hopeful gesture hangs unanswered, a quiet moment of longing amidst the flickering shadows. Later, in her own room, the soft glow of the desk lamp, Lisa sits immersed in thought, the room silent around her. The pen dances across the page, a flurry of thoughts taking shape. Each word is laced with longing, a testament to her growing feelings for John. Uncertainty clouds her expression as she pours her heart onto the page, for she is unsure of John's feelings towards her. The ink bleeds emotion, raw and unfiltered. She focuses on the words, each stroke a reflection of her soul. The next morning, John prepares for his day, his grip tightening around his briefcase as he turns toward the door. Lisa manages to catch John just before he leaves for work.
Are we going to continue our Doctor Who marathon tonight?
I have no idea why you want to spend your evening watching a series which is 60 years old. But yes, I'm up for another Doctor Who marathon tonight.
My God, men are so dumb. She remains silent, determination flickering in her eyes. A silent battle within, when all she wants to do is shout for God's sake. Just look at me, she screams in her mind. The weight of unspoken words hangs heavy between them as John moves closer to the exit. Lisa's internal conflict intensifies, her resolve building even as she remains still. The day unfolds at Horsebox's company, where John is absorbed in his work, a picture of contentment. His brow is unfurrowed as he concentrates, seemingly untouched by the turmoil brewing elsewhere. Unaware of the emotional storm gathering around Lisa, John remains a beacon of calm amidst the unrest. He is focused, a figure of quiet diligence in the bustling environment of Horsebox's company. In the soft glow of lamplight, Lisa and John sit poised at the table, their shared meal setting the stage for unspoken words. Lisa leans in, her hopeful eyes searching John's face for a flicker of reciprocation, but all she sees is just friendship from John. He turns away to hide the tears in her eyes. The room is filled with quiet anticipation as pasta sits untouched between them. John, lost in thought, twirls spaghetti, his avoidance deepening the unspoken tension. Lisa spends another night watching television with John, and like the previous night, nothing happens. Eventually she gives up and just goes to her bedroom, leaving John watching Doctor Who alone. Lisa confronts her reflection, her eyes reflecting a tumultuous blend of resolve and unease. As she prepares for bed, her lips move in silence as she practices the words meant for John, each syllable weighed with careful consideration. Lisa inhales deeply, a visible effort to anchor herself against the storm of nerves brewing within. The deep breath steadies her, a momentary calm washing over her before the next wave of anxiety hits. The following night, in the quiet of her apartment, Lisa gathers her courage, her heart pounding with a mix of anticipation and fear.
Before we watch Doctor Who tonight, can we talk?
Across the room, John stands silhouetted against the city lights, lost in a world of his own thoughts. He barely ears Lisa. He is standing in the dim light. He slowly starts to turn around.
You see, I have something I want to tell you.
Her footsteps are barely audible as she hesitantly approaches him, each step a commitment to the vulnerability she is about to reveal. Suddenly afraid of rejection, instead she says,
Oh, it's nothing, really. I just wanted to tell you how much I enjoy watching Doctor Who with you.
John is disappointed. Hoped she would tell him that she had feelings for him, for he had started to develop them for her, that he's too scared to tell her, scared that she would reject him. His words wash over Lisa, shattering her fragile courage. The light fades from Lisa's eyes as disappointment etches across her face. She once again heads back to her bedroom, after a night of watching a program she's really not interested in. Once alone in her bedroom, she starts to undress. In the quiet darkness, Lisa grapples with the silent screams of her heart. She suddenly decides that at the weekend, she will muster the courage she needs and tell John how she really feels. Lisa returns to the hospital, her face bearing the weight of resolve mixed with quiet resignation. The sterile environment of the hospital reflects her inner turmoil. She adjusts her coat, a subtle gesture of bracing herself for what lies ahead. With a deep breath, she steels herself, knowing she must move forward, regardless of John's feelings. She begins to walk with renewed purpose. Lisa disappears into the bustling hospital, ready to face whatever comes next.